Lights, camera, Alex.
And I was born for this. I'm sorry.
All right. Well, we'll try it again next time. This is Post Credits Podcast, huh?
Yeah.
We're back.
Hello.
Again.
It's Brad here.
It's Alex as well.
It's Kris.
Same three.
Poor Brennan.
He's working like a dog, dude.
Yeah.
He's adulting right now. So
Yeah.
that's what happens.
Yep.
Yep. So
Yep.
we're here doing the movie podcast yet again.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Did we see some movies? We saw some movies this month.
I've seen some movies this month.
We've seen some movies.
I saw three.
You saw three?
I think
Yeah.
I've seen 2 out of the 3.
Yes.
Yes.
Pretty sure.
Jason Bourne.
Jason Bourne.
Right. We did see Jason Bourne. I
Very
forgot about
forgettable.
that one.
Very forgettable.
I enjoyed it.
Ghosts.
We have a lot of those.
Sausage Party. Well, I didn't see Sausage Party. You saw Sausage Party.
Yeah,
I saw Sausage Party twice.
And then we saw just recently Don't Breathe.
Don't breathe.
I think I saw one more.
You may have seen one more.
Nope, I didn't. You're right.
You didn't? Oh, okay.
Let's keep moving.
Never mind. So, we'll start at the start. Jason Bourne.
Jason Bourne for me was, it didn't go outside the box. It didn't expand on anything. It was just another well-crafted Jason Bourne movie. It didn't like change the game. It didn't like, oh, Jason Bourne in space, or Jason Bourne has to go undercover as a chef and protect kids while he's trying to, find out why his father was something involved.
Man, that sounds way better than the boring movie we watched, huh, Alex?
Yeah, I don't know. Even if it had that, I feel like I'd just be like, oh my god. Should I care about Jason? About
I don't know. I mean,
whatever his name is, Derek? Is it
It
Derek?
Okay. Well, how about this? It followed the same tropes that every Jason Bourne movie had: a car chase, had a motorcycle chase, had an action sequence, like a shaky cam action sequence. Had him, running, from the government. Had him then striking back at the government. But it was all well done. Why? Because of a movie like that you guys think is boring, as opposed to something like, let's say, James Bond or Mission Impossible, which still follows the same tropes, but in a different locale, in a different setting, but still does those same things that Jason Bourne did. What's the difference between liking those movies more for each one that does doing it over and over again as opposed to Jason Bourne?
Because in those movies, I can see what's happening.
Are you saying the shaky cam style?
It's sometimes too much. I understand
That's
putting the
their
shaky
style
cam.
for that.
I get it. I can understand putting it, like the first one I thought did everything really well. I thought the shaky cam was enough to get you tense with everything, but you can still understand what was happening. But then now it's just at a point where it's
It's too much.
Like the fight scene at the end of that movie, the one that we watched, was terrible compared to if you watch some of the beginning ones, the first ones, you can pretty much see what's happening the whole time. And then this one, it was every time a punch was thrown, they would shake the camera off of them and go up and down, and it was Jesus Christ, just
Getting car sick.
they're just punching.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be moving at all. So that's why I think it's bad, just because it takes everything. It's well, we're famous for this, so we need more. It's no, just keep doing
I
it.
also don't like James Bond movies.
I love James Bond movies. I think those have also gotten better.
I am in the realm of secret agent movies. I put it's really weird, but I'll put the Mission Impossible series ahead of James Bond now.
Yeah.
And James Bond then second, and then I would probably put Jason Bourne. In terms of characters, I would put. I don't know. I like Jason Bourne the character.
The only reason I wouldn't put Jason Bourne even on the list as those two guys, or as those two movies, is because those guys are both spy, James Bond and Ethan, right? Ethan Hunt. They're both spies. They have.
They're
gadgets.
fantastical. They're fantastical.
Yeah, they have gadgets and they're suave. Whereas Jason Bourne's a man with a passport and a gun, and he's gonna figure it out. He's not really a spy. He's just a guy who kills things real good. And so I don't know. He's an action-packed dude, but compared to those two dudes, he's not really. He's not a spy. He's just he's a dude doing his best because he can't remember it all. Still, right?
Yeah.
Kind of. Yeah.
But he does.
He's getting there.
I don't know. Yeah, who cares?
So then there was Sausage Party.
I like that.
I saw
sounds
that. I think opening night.
Everyone's disappointed by it. I was like, what
I don't think anybody was.
A lot of people I've talked to at like work and stuff have been like,
oh,
that
work.
movie
I was just gonna say the
bad.
general public is. I mean that movie is a hit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a
I like
financial
it.
hit.
I like it. I thought it was
Very
good.
well done. Very clever, as usual.
Yeah.
With them.
Some
You
guy
know,
talked
it's
to us
actually getting
like,
bad press in terms from the industry because of the way they overwork the workers to make that movie.
Yeah, I've heard the rumor. Like, is the scales tipped in any direction on?
No,
If
it's
it happened?
pretty much true.
Oh. Well.
But I mean, it's been buried, so it came out and then quickly.
dude, I don't know. Were they using like Chinese workers to do this, or were they
American?
Then like, you can't complain. They can walk out anytime they fucking want. They wanted money. They wanted money. That's how it goes. So if you don't want to do the job, you just quit. Someone told me that a long time ago. Thank you, Jesus. But
His name was Jesus. He was my gardener.
his name was Jesus.
You mean Jesus?
Jesus,
No, he was very self-righteous.
He went by Jesus.
He went by Jesus.
Yeah.
He's like, I made the plants
Oh,
grow.
yeah. Did you hear that there is apparently a Jesus from Big Lebowski spin-off movie being filmed right now?
By it's not done by the Coen brothers, but it's being written and directed by the actor who plays
John Turturro.
John Turturro, who's very talented in his own right. So I'm really excited to see that. But as much
weird.
as I'm going to, it's based off of a French film.
Oh,
He's
really?
like basing it.
How dare you?
I'm a busy person, man. It's based off of a French movie. Like, they're using the story of that French movie and kind of putting it over here with Jesus.
No, he's the Jesus.
Yeah,
The
Jesus.
The French movie have Gerard Depardieu in it.
No, it was really old. It's from the 60s.
Oh, so that's Gerard Depardieu,
but it's a very sexist. that movie is a very sexist movie, so it fits with this
Yeah, he's a terrible.
Jesus character.
Mm-hmm. He's better.
The Jesus.
But as intrigued as I am about this, because the Jesus character makes me laugh every time I watch Big Lebowski, I'd rather have seen the dude and the little dude and, seeing those adventures with those two. And what's his name?
Written by the Coens.
Yeah, as a Coen Brothers movie, and another adventure. That's what I want. And we're probably not going to get that anytime soon. And it would actually work really well right now because how old Jeff Bridges is.
Yeah.
His kid would have to be a teenager, and that's the perfect, just confrontation. Fathers,
Yeah, it'd be 19.
Yeah.
Came out in 97.
So, you think about it, it's all varying degrees, but every teenager rebels against their parent, and just seeing Big Lebowski go and Little Lebowski butt heads throughout the movie would be fucking hilarious in my opinion, and then have John Goodman kind of being the the crazy bad shit uncle.
He's just super chill now. He's
no. He's super even more wound up because of all the terrorism and all the shit that's happened from then to now. Come on, man. His conspiracy theory ideas are even more tightly wound up.
You know?
It would be a better movie.
I would make it a road trip movie.
You think it's harder to get a toe?
I would make it a road trip.
Mod go.
Maybe.
Listen.
But going through America.
Yeah.
And it's almost like this weird take on like Kung Fu the series. The wise men going through all these shanty towns and imparting his dude logic with the crazy uncle.
Maybe they'll all just get together. And
No,
make a TV
it wouldn't be.
show.
It wouldn't be to find Mod. It would be to travel to the championship bowling league or something.
I guess that makes more sense.
There you go, Coen Brothers. You're welcome.
All right, so that was Sausage Party.
That was Sausage Party that segued into
good.
Yeah, it was
a
good.
pseudo Big Lebowski.
I thought it was funny. I thought it was a funny movie.
I need to see it.
There was an orgy scene at the end that I thought was like, okay, funny, but there's a bit too much. Like,
I know I'm gonna like that movie, but it wasn't a movie that was like, I need to go see that in the movie theaters. That is more of a movie. It's like, I'm going to wait for Redbox or Netflix or any of my online ways of how I consume media to watch that.
I'm actually surprised that movie didn't come out more like The Interview came out. Like, internet just pushing it out like that.
Well, the only reason why The Interview even made it to Netflix so immediately was just because the theaters chickened out when there started to be terrorist threats in regards to putting it out in the theaters. So that was the only reason. Otherwise, I would have gone to the theater. And that movie's still hilarious.
Yeah, it's a good movie. Couldn't pump that tiger.
Oh my god.
Oh god. All right. So 2 days ago.
Is it now officially 2 days ago?
It was on Sunday.
Yes, 2 days.
Yes, it is 2 days.
Yeah.
Yes.
We saw Don't Breathe.
Yes, by good director Fede Alvarez.
Yeah.
And
Good
the wonderful ginger Jane Levy. Naturally ginger.
And Stephen Lang?
Yeah, Stephen Lang as the blind man.
Not Stephen Root. He's the other.
No, not Stephen Lang. I just remember going as the credits were rolling, the blind man.
The blind man. That's pretty cool.
But yes, I love that movie. It was great. I mean, I love it in the sense of just that it was a spectacle. It was more of an experience.
Yeah, it was
original. In some ways, yes, but it was still just another type of thriller. How do you get out? Type of thriller. You know, but I really just liked the way it was presented to me. Mass consensus seems to be most people like it. I have read some people, who I respect in terms of their opinion, not like it, but I just think that's more of that's just not their cup of tea, as opposed to it's not a good movie. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. The only technical criticism I've heard of it is that they didn't care for the people we should be rooting for, and it's not because
I understand that.
They're paper thin is what the criticism is they're paper thin, which doesn't make them have enough time to create an emotional attachment to them. It's all paper thin or visual thin or book cover layer thin in terms of the main character, the girl, she's trying to get her little baby sister out, because the mom is a terrible person, and then we just see the most.
And the guy is a crush on her.
It's basically the most basic and skin deep visual level of seeing. Oh, she's got a tough life because her mom is a terrible mom. She's got a stepsister, an ugly, nasty boyfriend for the mom to give her.
Nazi,
money.
I think. I saw a swastika.
But it was all there was no real layer or depth to her struggle. And then you have this you have Doughboy, who of course is pining for her and is doing most of all of this just for her. And then you have the Wigger.
Money.
His
name's Money. His name's Money. He gets.
And do you know he was one of the actors from It Follows? Which I was like, man,
is he?
That shortchanged him.
Who's
he? He was the first guy. What? The guy who gave it to the main girl, wasn't he?
He was?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
I know.
Gave it to her.
Crazy.
He gave it to her.
Man.
Really?
Sure. But I mean, so, and I could see that, but again, that movie isn't meant to be this big, deep, philosophical. All it is supposed to get you to get these three characters in this house locked up and try to survive out of from this not a rapist blind man.
That's the thing I think was so funny. It was he's I'm not a rapist, but I'm gonna shove this object inside of you without you wanting it. It's
that's rape.
That's rape, bud.
I think you're gonna be able to talk your way out of that one in a court of law.
She said no, and I put it inside of her. It wasn't my dick.
She's pregnant.
and that's where I was getting at. Is what with these people who do criticize, what are you expecting? Are you expecting some Mark Twain story in this horror thriller? It's a spectacle, it's an experience. It's about these three people locked up in a house against one a force of nature type of thing, where they don't know what to expect, and how do they get out of it. And with that, I think that movie passed with flying colors.
Yeah.
I think the director Fede Alvarez is really coming into his own in terms of just setting up tension.
Oh yeah. The big factor of that was the score of the film. There was no of the quintessential build-up or to a scare. Just
one thing I will say is I think modern filmmaking does a disservice to a movie like that. And what I mean by that is that audio, you brought up sound, is so advanced now that the way movies work, you can't have not have audio. And what I mean by that is the characters when they're quiet are still not quiet in the movie. Do Do you get what I'm saying?
No.
Like, you know, back in the 80s or 70s when someone was like that, you didn't hear shit.
Mm-hmm.
But now you hear them breathing, you hear, and it's so loud because of how good the audio is. It doesn't sound like they're even trying to be quiet.
Yeah.
So I think that takes away from the experience. You know, I think that would be the only kind of criticism I would give this film is I think in moments where that movie should have been quiet, it should have been. Like, there should have been no audio. But because of just modern day, you know, audio recording and sound, you know, it'll never get that way. And it could have been a creative decision as well. I don't know.
Yeah, it could have been.
I just think
all play off of his hearing.
I think it would have built more tension up if you just didn't hear anything.
Mm-hmm.
And you were just watching as this blind psychopath is like
dog,
you know, or the dog. So, but yeah, it's a great. I like that movie.
Yeah, that's another thing I did love about that movie. It was like, ha! Try to do that, blind guy, and then it'd just be like, dog.
and
you're like, oh fuck right, the dog.
Really, all this does is really like I talked about in our little mini review of the movie was I'm just more excited to see where he goes from here. It's obviously another step up from Evil Dead. You know, and Evil Dead was a good movie to me.
Coming up on season 2 of Ash vs. Evil Dead. Oh, that's gonna be great.
But yeah. So again, I'm just really kind of excited to see where he goes next, and I really hope he jumps genres and goes to do something else.
I don't know, but he seems to be one of the only few ones making good horror.
I don't know. I mean, he's moved on from directing because he's doing bigger things. But James Wan was pretty good.
I don't know. I didn't like Insidious.
A lot of people. I mean, I'm not as avid a horror fan as you are.
Yeah.
Like I said, the last 3 horror movies that I watched and liked has been Don't Breathe, The Witch, and It Follows. Those are pretty like.
It Follows was good.
They are, but but those aren't the typical horror movies.
Yeah.
You know, it's different. That's why it draws me to those type of movies because they're not the typical. Oh, there's this demon that's haunting this house, and this idiotic family moves into this house because they, for some reason, cheap or whatever.
Dad's like, I got it on a deal. He says, spirits. I said, fuck spirits.
Or
do it. Horror.
Or it's this weird take off of one thing like, oh, you know, she only works in the night. You know, the spirit, or you know, only in the dark. Mm-hmm. So if you turn on the light, you know, there was another movie that did that. It was Darkness.
Oh, Darkness Falls.
Darkness Falls.
It was the Tooth Fairy.
But you see what I'm saying? It's like it's the same thing, and that's why I enjoy movies like It Follows that uses those kind of concepts, but then totally changes the game where it's like a 80s horror, slasher movie that has rules, just like how Scream used to talk about it, but it's all based off of like sexually transmitted disease. You know?
Yeah, I think that's the only rule that movie had though. Like, 'cause that fucking It
that
Follows
well,
creature
the monster
did
had
fuck it wanted to do.
It was, you thought it was constricted within this set of parameters, and then it would just do something completely, offhand, and you're like, okay, well then what the fuck did all that have to do with anything? But I mean, again, that was a good movie. The Witch was just more. I don't know. That movie just sets dread up really well, and it's because of the time period that they shoot it in. It's
the saddest of all time.
Colonial time. Like,
it's just there's no internet, there's no electricity, there's only horses.
Talk about dread. Those people 24/7. It's like, dude, well, am I gonna die today?
Look at a picture of your ancestors.
Colonial period, dude, yeah. And in the way, during that time when how they viewed religion was so overbearing, and oh my god. And then so it just kind of, and then the witches during that's when witches were the thing back then, so it all kind of just works.
Yeah.
And then Don't Breathe is just a really well told thriller. So
speaking of the witch,
and it taught you how to hide from a blind person real well. You duck in a corner.
Brings us to the next segment, which is upcoming movies. September we got fucking Blair Witch.
Yeah, dude, I'm really psyched for that. I think
I don't think I am.
I was gonna say when we talked about it when it was first announced that there was a Blair Witch, and I told you how that was like,
so good.
It worked my imagination where it made me scare myself because I was the one filling in all these blanks from that found footage. So I'm really excited. Yeah.
But don't you feel like, because like when the first Blair Witch came out, that was like the first time.
Yeah.
Found footage.
And now it's kind of
And now it's like played out as fuck. Like it's so dumb.
But it's not. But see, for me, it's not about the gimmick of the found footage. It's more about I'm really interested in the storyline. Like I want to know.
Okay.
I want to know is because like for me, I'm like I'm gonna call it. I guarantee you now, the girl from the first one, Heather is now a witch, or like has been around. She's alive. I guarantee you she's alive and she's killing or she's doing something. She's the new version of it. You know, it only makes sense.
Could be, yeah.
You know, because think about it.
I hope they keep the line though. I took that fucking map.
I kicked that fucking map in the river 2 days ago.
Fucking map in the river 2 fucking days ago.
I mean, because think about it. Like,
that's my favorite line.
None of the original stars have been interviewed or talked. Or it just makes sense that they're keeping it quiet because that would be the biggest twist is like the brother, the main character for this one finally makes it to the destination wherever they are going to go in this one. I don't think it's going to be the house because actually the house got torn down in real life.
Oh.
Yeah, that house that they used, it got torn down.
Oh, okay, cool. So it could still be they go to that house. It's just a replica of it.
Could be, but I mean, I if they're going to be doing the same thing where they're just going into the wilderness, I don't think they're going to use. I mean, I would say I'd rather see somewhere else.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I feel like this movie is going to be like, because like just these movies have been being made for so long, these kind of movies now. Mm-hmm. I feel like it might just be too high production value. Like something about it is going to put you off. Like it'll put you off of it because
maybe
I don't know. I'm going to watch it.
The immediate thing that'll put me off of it is if they like start showing shit too much. Mm-hmm. It's got to have that original feel where
as long as it retains its original style, which is home vid, like you know the home vid cam, and them just continuing an interesting story, I'll be fine.
It's gonna be intercut with Vines and Snapchats because this generation.
Yeah, maybe I wouldn't be surprised if they're using it on their phone now.
Probably.
But
there's a snot drip scene.
That'd be pretty cool.
Good callback.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch that movie for sure. I'm excited.
Let's see what else we got. We got Magnificent Seven coming out.
Dude, actually that's coming out before Blair Witch, so that's actually on my. I have 2 westerns I need to watch. I need to watch that. Hell and High Water. I consider Hell or High Water a western.
A modern western.
Yeah, but that's a western for me. So
I want to watch Magnificent Seven.
Yeah,
it looks good.
Dude, it has everything. Not only is it
it's got black people. It's got white people.
I'm a sucker for westerns. I love westerns.
It's got Asian.
It's got Asians and Mexicans, so it covers both.
You know what I would prefer though? I'd prefer if the Asian guy was the Apache, and the Apache dude is like the samurai, because that would break lines. That would break the gender norms. Sorry, racial norms.
I am happy that Denzel Washington is playing the lead though. That's great casting for that.
You think he's gonna show us Pinky?
Maybe. And
I always wanted to see his Pinky.
And
fits the
Chris
character.
Pratt, of course, yeah.
Like that's why
he's basically playing Chris Pratt. Have you guys ever watched Seven Samurai?
No.
He's playing the Toshiro Mifune role.
Oh, okay.
That is, because Magnificent Seven is an American remake of the Seven Samurai.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of samurais, it's cowboys. So.
The American samurai.
The best part of any western is the gunfight that happens, and it looks like this movie is going to be like a 40-minute gunfight.
I hope so.
It looks like there's going to be more than one gunfight. It seems like every situation is solved with a gun being shot at someone.
There's
like,
going to be a drink? Fight, there's going to be a bow and arrow fight, there's going to be guns.
Can I get a drink? Yes, you can. Bang, bang, bang!
And I do actually appreciate that because they've kind of diversified the roles of the Magnificent Seven, that there's different types of fighting or attacking, because in the original Magnificent they were all cowboys. Now you got an Indian that has bow and arrow and an axe. You had a tracker that uses knives and axe. Then you have an assassin that uses knives. So I don't know, kind of cool.
Looks good.
And a Mexican, but the Mexican's gonna.
They got themselves a Mexican. Hey.
Woohoo!
Woohoo!
See, going down my list. So we got. Oh, you guys, you're excited for When the Bow Breaks.
No. You mean Single white female 2 black edition?
Yeah.
No.
Oh man, obsessed 2 black edition. Black, bigger and blacker.
Like, jeez.
This
man.
time there's 3 black people involved.
I'm surprised that that's not a Tyler Perry. I bet you that is.
I thought it was when we were at the movie.
I bet you it's a Tyler Perry produced movie.
It
No, I don't think it is.
Because that seems like the type of black exploitation
Tyler
Perry would do. Exploiting his own people.
No, I'm not seeing his name. It could be a producer.
I bet you
I bet he's pissed.
I'm sure he's pissed because he didn't think of it
He
first.
didn't think he was like, God damn it.
We got Sully. I'm not too excited for.
What's that?
Is that Tom Hanks?
About the Hudson
autobiographical movie about the pilot that saved that whole 747.
Who didn't do his job?
The
The pilot who didn't do his job by hitting all the birds in the sky? Too busy taking heroin.
The next big temple is Doctor Strange, and that's not until what, November or
I
Christmas?
think November. We got
Christmas is for Star Wars, so it's got to be November.
Yeah, there's not really much else. You got Snowden, I guess.
I'm kind of interested for that.
You got Bridget Jones's baby.
I'm not really interested.
Why?
Because she had to have a baby.
You've got to have the epic conclusion to the trilogy of Bridget Jones.
I guess. I suppose you do.
Renee is out of money. She's out of money.
So,
I'm out of money.
So,
And I have kids.
yeah, like I said, those 2 westerns, Magnificent Seven, Hell or High
TBS,
Water,
stop playing
Blair
the
Witch,
movies.
Doctor Strange, and then probably
Doctor gets him strange.
Star
I like
Wars
it,
Rogue
yeah.
One.
I want to see that.
That's Christmas.
This is big Star Wars news of the month. You got
Schlando Slalorizian.
yeah,
Dude,
that
Mr.
Donald Glover. Donald Glover's playing
I'm
young
okay with
Lando.
it. I'm okay with
It's
it.
great.
It's gonna be a buddy movie, a buddy cop
I hope
movie
so.
with that guy.
Have they said if it's gonna be like Peter Mayhew playing the
I
Chewbacca?
don't know, because now even in Force Awakens he was only in it.
Yeah, he was.
He had the younger guy do most of the scenes, and then for like the sitting scenes and the close-ups were all Peter Mayhew. You know, but this one, if this is a young Chewie, they're not gonna be able to use him.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense. I don't even know if Chewie's in it.
It's
I
like
think so,
Chewbacca doing that,
disappointing.
like
Because you
hair
gotta
flip.
think about it. This has got to be like.
You'd be probably on Kashyyyk still, because it's before
like
the Clone
that,
Wars.
well, that's what I'm. Well, no.
He's dead.
It's, but I'm just saying it's. I gotta figure it's before he meets up with Chewie.
I don't know what there's.
I guarantee you he's not gonna have the Millennium. He might get the Millennium Falcon at the end of the movie, but I almost guarantee you he won't have the Millennium Falcon by the start of the movie. And he might run into Chewie in the middle of the movie, save him, and then that's when it all happens. But even then, I think that's too soon. I'd rather be a really, really young Han Solo and just do something we'd never even known before.
I guess it's never really discussed how long Chewie was hanging around with Han.
I mean, it can't be like
it's 18 years total in between end of 3 and beginning of 4.
Because I'm not gonna. It seems like Han was already a little bit lived in, or like had kind of been already experienced by the time he met up with Chewie.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is really young Han Solo.
Yeah.
You know, so again, like I said, either he's not in that movie at all, or he's in the end, like the middle, or at the end of the movie where he saves Chewie, and then from then on out, he's Han's right hand man. But I don't know. I'd rather just be him and Lando.
It'd be interesting. I guess would it be a smuggling movie? Would they
Yeah.
have a guy?
Yeah.
They have a job.
See, here's
Florida.
Here's be the
Florida.
plot breakdown for me. It'd be like the movie would start out with Han and Lando being, working on a heist or some sort of, smuggling thing that they're working on. Lando betrays them or like backstabs them, and because of that, Han has to figure shit out and runs into a Chewie that's fucked over right now. Saves Chewie. Chewie helps him out of the situation, which then helps him out of the situation with Lando. And then they somehow get the Millennium Falcon at the end.
No, it's gonna be like opening credits. Han Solo's walking down the street. He trips, and Chewbacca helps him up, and he's like, "You wanna be best friends?" And they're like, "Yeah." And then
That's it.
90 more minutes. Climax starts. 30 minutes. End of the movie.
It's tightly paced, bro.
So you didn't really give details on what goes on in the movie.
Spoil the movie. God, I've seen it.
But it was tightly paced. You had your timing down to the T.
Yeah.
I
At the 90 minute, you gotta get the climax. Because that's when people are gonna start getting tired. They're like, I want to go, but then someone's exciting part. They're like, oh, okay, I'll stay.
You'll stay?
I'll stay.
You'll stay. Alright. So that's pretty much all we got for upcoming movies this month.
Yeah.
It's a slow month.
Well, it's the end of the season for movies right now.
I don't think there's
gonna ramp back up pretty much.
Nothing really big in October.
No.
But we'll get into that next.
Something's coming out on my birthday, right? That's like stupid.
I don't know.
On the 28th of October? Something stupid's coming out. Whatever. Like you said, we'll talk about it next month.
One thing I want to bring up is I finally watched a movie the other day that it's been on my list for a while. The Faculty.
Oh,
yeah.
Old Robert Rodriguez.
Yeah.
His stab at horror.
That was pretty cool. Seeing that huge young cast of that film. And, of course, Elijah Wood knocks it out of the park.
It was good for what it was during that time period.
It's kind of the make funny thing. Like, everybody was just stereotypically playing their roles.
Mm-hmm.
Who the fuck? The guy, Josh
Hartnett.
There you go. Yeah. He's like
Elijah Wood.
The quintessential baddie of the school.
You mean the bad boy?
Yeah,
he was the rebel.
Yeah. Selling cocaine.
It was no
He
speed.
wants
It was
something
speed
kind of
through the pin.
Yeah, pens.
And then he found out that you find out that the aliens, don't like it. So
yeah, they're made out of water, so if you get the drugs on them, they like dry out and die.
Yeah, they dehydrate.
It's basically Invasion of the Body Snatchers, but it's pretty fun. Which made me think of how many movies, or great movies, that Elijah Wood has been in. So,
I wouldn't consider The Falcon to be a great movie.
That's pretty good. I like it.
Great is that's
subjective.
Great is like Godfather Part 2 or like Star Wars or
Well, what would you say?
I've never seen Godfather Part 2, so no, it's not a great movie.
What would you say is the best Elijah Wood movie?
I'm gonna just wrap him up as one of the Lord of the Rings.
No.
Yeah, Alex disagrees wholeheartedly. What would you say? You just don't like the Lord of the Rings? Any of them?
The Good Son.
Spy Kids 3D.
The Good Son. How about that?
Spy Kids 3D. He's the dude. He's the guy.
He's the guy.
He's the guy, dude.
I could have given you The Good Son. That was a good one.
I just
Good
don't
Son's
think
pretty good. I think
the character of Frodo is cool. He's lame. It's like the lamest character you can pick, and he's not even the coolest part of that movie. So no, not the best Elijah Wood movie. Probably the best. What's that guy's name?
Viggo Mortensen.
Yeah, Viggo Mortensen movie easily. Yeah. He's a badass and a king by the end of that movie.
I think my go-to would probably have to be Eternal Sunshine.
I could just say Wilfred. Actually, that's the best movie.
Actually, I take that back. Excuse me. The best Elijah Wood movie for me is Everything Is Illuminated.
Oh, I know this one.
Oh, it's a good one. It's directed by Lee Schreiber.
Fuck you.
Really?
The
I
actor.
didn't even know he directed.
Yeah, it's about a grandchild, Elijah Wood, of a Holocaust survivor, and he's retracing his grandfather's step back to his home country, and you find out a history between his grandfather and the people who are actually taking him on this trip for him. It's a really well told movie.
Starting to remember, I watched a trailer for this. I think one of my cousins.
There's all these like huge sunflowers. It's like there's a scene where he's walking into a house and the house is just a field of like human-sized sunflowers. It's really really well done. It's actually pretty endearing, and it's got some really cool creative shots by Lee Schreiber of all people.
It's cool, dude.
Yeah,
done some cool things.
Yeah,
I never watched Ray Donovan.
Ray Donovan's a great series.
Yeah.
You could also put Elijah Wood in Sin City. He played the psycho killer.
You have to see Sin City.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Just also, that movie's okay.
I was pretty.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's not like
I don't know. I think it's just the way like the story's told. I'm not a fan.
That's the Frank Miller story telling.
was pretty blown away by his performance in.
Well, that's based off his comic book, and they didn't use a script. They used the comic book as the dialogue.
What the fuck?
And then Robert Rodriguez insisted that Frank Miller co-direct with him.
Huh. Oh, that's what he knocked it out of the park with the remake of Maniac.
Yeah,
that was great.
I don't know. I mean, the cool thing about Elijah Wood is he dances to his own tune. He does his own thing. He doesn't do the prototypical movies. He chooses movies that he likes. So there's not really, he doesn't have like a tentpole franchise that he does, or he doesn't do like a sci-fi action movie. He does things that are close to him. So, and that's what I'm saying. Like the closest thing that's the biggest and critically acclaimed is Lord of the Rings. But
he is a huge horror nut, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know he talks about.
I haven't seen that newer one, Cooties, yet.
Yeah,
it's supposed to be good.
It's okay.
Oh, you've seen it?
But I say it's okay. I say it's okay. You could probably say it's awesome because you have an affinity towards horror movies.
Yeah.
I'm a genre guy, so I watch everything. But because I'm a genre guy, I'll probably lean towards more sci-fi fantasy.
Elijah Wood was in season 10 of Red vs. Blue.
Mm-hmm.
He was the bad one. He voiced the bad one.
Elijah.
Omega.
Yeah, I think it was Omega.
I don't know. Yeah, I would still have to probably hang my hat. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind is one of my favorite movies of all time. But I don't really put that as an Elijah Wood movie. That's a Jim Carrey and Kate Winslet movie all the way for me. I mean that cast is. You look back at that cast. Think about that cast. That's Jim Carrey, Kate Winslet, Elijah Wood, Kirsten Dunst, and Mark Ruffalo.
It's pretty.
That's. Yeah, you're a heavy hitter. If that cast was in a movie now, that's like.
Well,
that's an A+
I think
ensemble.
people have kind of turned their heads to Jim Carrey a bit.
Yeah, but I mean, think about it. Though.
No, I think if Jim Carrey did a serious movie, like just out of the blue, people are like, well, okay.
Yeah.
But
I'll hop on that train.
You put that again. You're right. Maybe you can't carry now, but again, you can still put him in that with that cast still, and that's still like, holy shit, that's a heavy hitting cast.
Just watch something with Kate Winslet too.
Well, she's always doing a movie every other year, so.
Oh, I finally watched Steve Jobs.
Oh, with Michael Fassbender.
Yeah. I mean,
I was
definitely
really,
a Danny Boyle film.
I was really disappointed in. It should have been a David Fincher movie.
Oh, really?
It should have been.
Oh, okay. It was never.
It was actually talked about.
Oh, okay.
Because I mean, it was. I mean, that was the Social Network team that was trying to make that movie, and it took so long. The script was taking so long that Fincher bowed out, and he made. I think he went to Gone Girl because his name was attached to it, and I think he might have even executive produced the Jobs. But that's what I'm saying. Like Danny Boyle wasn't meant for Jobs. That's a David Fincher movie.
Yeah, I mean, I loved Sorkin's dialogue.
Well, yeah, I'm a huge Sorkin fan.
Yeah.
But again, for the type of like Jobs isn't painted.
It should have been darker.
Exactly. Like that's what I'm trying to say. Is like Social Network. I mean, Mark Zuckerberg is not as shaded and varying degrees of layers as Steve Jobs, but look what they did with Zuckerberg in that movie.
I like the Ashton Kutcher one.
I don't know.
Walked like Steve Jobs, dude.
I think the material was there, but the wrong ingredients were mixed in, which caused it to be a lackluster movie. And then also I think the format of that movie is really hard because it's trying to cover all this ground while also it's like two parallel timelines happening at the same time. Present for that time in that movie, the present, which is him about to unveil the iPhone, right? He's at a conference.
It was just three it was three different conferences.
Yeah.
Of the three biggest ones.
But then I don't think I like that. Is what I meant. Trying to see these three conferences are each at different three pivotal points in his life, with like reoccurring things like him and the woman that he's with, him and the daughter that he doesn't recognize as his daughter, but it is his daughter. You know what I'm saying? And then him and his conflicts with his partners. What's his name? Wozniak. Yeah. You know,
Rogen did good with that.
Rogen was great. Yeah. Like I said, I mean, again, that cast is stellar.
Oh yeah.
Again, that's why I said I feel it's like wasted talent, and it's not because Danny Boyle is an Oscar-winning director. Mm-hmm. But again, it's really weird with some directors. There's some directors that you can put them in anything, and they're gonna make that movie sing, like just gonna hum, and it's gonna just work perfectly. Then there's some directors that
they have to have the right material.
Yeah, they have their niche, and they and in their niche they are top caliber, Oscar winning, whatever. But you take them out of that, and it just doesn't
seems that place.
Yeah,
like it definitely felt way too much like 127 Hours at parts of that movie.
Yeah, and it's like, and it doesn't fit. You know, and there's very few directors that can kind of do like everything. Spielberg's one of them. I have to say Scorsese. I don't know. Maybe a couple years ago I would have said Peter Jackson, but I don't know.
He's tired.
Yeah. I
yeah,
think
right.
Well, he's done like
Hobbits.
Okay, you know,
that made him fucking tired.
He's done a lot of Hobbit movies, but he's done The Lovely Bones, which is a great movie.
Did you guys see the behind the scenes of The Hobbit?
No.
Where it's just Peter Jackson just like on the set with his head in his hands, just like asleep. He's just like.
Because he wasn't meant to direct that
he's like, I don't want to fucking do this. This is bad.
He didn't want to do this, and that's the reason why.
So much of that movie was shot by like the B team or whatever, like the.
The other thing, because he was writing it as they were going. It wasn't fully written, because the script that was originally supposed to be done was for Guillermo del Toro, who bolted because he didn't want to do it because he was like, no,
I don't want to do it.
And then so Peter Jackson had to do it.
I want to make robots fly.
And the studio forced Peter Jackson to do it, and because of that, he couldn't do it the way he did Lord of the Rings, which is like a lot of bigatures, a lot of physical props, a lot of physical stuff.
Multiple years.
Like everything was CGI.
Yeah.
He basically made his prequels. That's what they are, because he had to be rushed. And it's sad because The Hobbit is a great story, and it should have either only been one movie or two movies. It should not have been three, because you made all this extra fat that didn't need to be there.
Yeah, it was one book.
Yeah.
So goddamn book.
I don't blame Peter Jackson for that. I blame New Line and
like I said,
studio.
He was just tired. He just looks so fucking tired.
But he's a really great director. Like, he knows material, and he knows how to work with actors, and he knows how to shoot big action set pieces. He knows how to shoot little set pieces. It'd be cool to see him do something. He knows horror. He know Frighteners. That's a great movie.
Oh, I love Frighteners.
You know, he's done dramatic thriller pieces as well. So he's up there.
Big Monkeys.
Yeah.
He did the King Kong, did he?
Yeah. King Kong.
Yeah, he did.
But I still put that in like the realm of like big action, epic.
Yeah.
You know, I'm talking like he can do minimal, big set pieces, little. Spielberg does that. I mean, who else? Like, what are the great directors that can just
do anything?
That's what maybe. And I said maybe Scorsese, but Scorsese's big movies still seem intimate. Like, his big movies that you would even consider would be maybe The Aviator, because it had big set pieces. Yeah, but again, it was still a small, intimate portrait of the real life Tony Stark. You know? But he handles like great. The Departed is fucking great. Goodfellas is fucking great. He has all these movies that are just varying different, genres and stuff. So I like that. I would like to see if he could ever do something genre based, like a Scorsese western or a Scorsese science fiction movie. But I don't think he'll ever do that.
I feel like he could pull off western.
I think he could do a western.
Like
space crime Scorsese. Gangster film.
Firefly 2.
Firefly 2.
But even then, like I think maybe Fincher could maybe do a bunch of things. Like, he's done sci-fi, obviously. Has
he ever done comedy?
Which you could consider Fight Club as a comedy.
It's pretty funny. I went hard.
Dark comedy. I would say that.
Gone Girl's actually kind of got some funny bits in it.
It's a dark comedy.
But again,
I'm sorry, like
You want
could David Fincher fucking make American Pie?
No, I think that's
I don't think
beneath
anybody
him.
can make American
I think that's
Pie.
really beneath him. He'd probably never do it. But I think David Fincher is a great director that kind of can shift things.
What?
I mean,
I fixed it.
Zodiac is a great movie. Zodiac is a really good movie.
Yeah.
Ridley Scott is there, but I don't know, man. Ridley Scott for me.
He's a sci-fi guy. Right?
Well, he's a sci-fi guy. I mean, he did Alien, he did Prometheus, he did Blade Runner. These are all great movies.
Did he just produce Prometheus or
No,
write it?
he directed it.
He directed it? Oh
Yeah.
man, that movie was bad. I don't like that movie.
And that's, well, that's what I was gonna say is like, he did Kingdom of Heaven. I actually like that movie, but something changed about him when he hit the middle 2000s or early 2000s. Basically after Black Hawk Down. Black Hawk Down's a fucking masterpiece of a war movie, a modern day war movie. But he got efficient. Like he goes fast and he shoots fast and he knows what he wants, and he has this new style now. But I think that's taken away from his craftsmanship because he's gone for efficiency as opposed to like, because man, that guy knocks movies out on time and under budget all the time now, and he that's what he's known for. Like Ridley Scott, he's like, yeah, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna shoot it like this. Everyone knows what they're doing. That movie's wham bam, thank you, man, out. But I think because of that,
It's like there's nothing in it.
there's no creates exactly. Yeah. He's on autopilot because he's so good. He's like, yeah, we'll do this. We're gonna do a wide shot, 55 millimeter. You know, we're gonna pan down here. We're gonna zoom in. I know I'll just use a green screen here. We'll use real practical effects there. Shoot it, bam, there. You know, instead of like really sitting down and going like he has his own team of writers. You know, I just think he's in this like big machine where it's just on autopilot as opposed to, you know, really sitting down and working with his screenwriters and like, this is a story I want to tell, you know, and instead of like, and then also coming up with like storyboards and really thinking about the shots that he wants to do and these big action choreographed scenes, you know. I mean, I don't know if that's needed because I mean, even as, you know, Prometheus isn't a perfect movie. It hits some cool things, but it fails on a lot of things. But I mean, the action in it was pretty freaking cool.
What's his face is good in it with the android guy.
Michael Fassbender.
Yeah, he's great in it.
Yeah,
he's good in everything.
Yeah.
So he's coming back for the next.
Yeah, he's in it. He's in the
I
Covenant.
should really watch Prometheus.
Yeah.
And also Aliens.
Well, I would wait for Aliens because what's his name? The guy who did District 9 and Chappie. His movie. He's been given Aliens.
I mean the second one, Aliens.
But that's what I'm saying. I would hold off.
Yep. Right.
Because he's making a direct sequel to Aliens. Like they're discontinuing. Like they're doing what Superman Returns did to. Like they're not even acknowledging Superman 3 or 4. They're just gonna go from that. So Neil Blomkamp, after Covenant, which is the Ridley Scott sequel to Prometheus, Fox is giving the franchise over to Neil Blomkamp so that he can continue from where Aliens left off.
That's a weird John. Like the way he makes movies is weird, and like to see aliens the way they were like in District 9, like see the xenomorphs.
But he's like the closest thing.
Xenomorphs is from Aliens.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But see those like the way they did the shrimps or whatever they are,
Yeah.
and District 9.
But he's the closest thing to me to a James Cameron, like modern day James Cameron.
I do love how he films action and how.
Yeah, man.
I like how he makes movies. His movies are cool.
Like James Cameron was very like. That's what I thought when I saw District 9 was because think about when James Cameron took over Aliens, right? He made the guns and all the equipment seem lived in and used and like very practical looking.
Yeah.
You know. Think about Neil Blomkamp with District 9. Think about the weapons.
The cars that they have in those movies.
You know,
did he do Elysium?
What's up? Yeah.
Yeah, that was him. Okay.
But you think it's
so.
a very
District 9 Elysium Chappie.
Is he?
It's a very lived-in technology, kind of the way Star Wars. You know, I know that's fantasy, but I mean, if you look at that technology, it's very weathered and looked in, lived in, and that's the same thing that Cameron and Blomkamp do with their sci-fi technology. It's just that it's more modern day. It looks like it belongs.
They're real good at that dystopian feel.
Yeah, and that's why I say that. You know, So I really think Blomkamp would be is an ideal choice to work in the aliens world where, not the Prometheus world, but the aliens where it's humans and you know, the space marine colonies and all that stuff.
He's gonna be disappointed if he doesn't cast Diane again.
Well,
dude, they have to be like the pilots of the ship, right?
You know the whole drama around that. That movie was already greenlit to go, and he had Sigourney Weaver, he had Michael Biehn, he had Hicks, and he had the whole cast ready to go to shoot the sequel to Aliens. Ridley Scott stepped in and said, No, I've got something.
I'm gonna do a Prometheus too.
and the studio has to give it to Ridley because he's actually more in charge of the alien universe.
God, I just did not like Prometheus.
I like the world building. I like
a couple bits of the world building.
I like the
other things I didn't like. The virus type spread thing. I thought that was kind of dumb.
I just like the space jockey and the world those guys were creating, and then you find out that they created us and we're an offshoot of them. And you're right. The virus didn't come off as
it just
cool.
didn't make sense.
I liked that the virus was their way of war, warfare. They didn't just nuke people. They just dropped this thing in and it would overtake the world, through the xenomorphs. That was their way of cleansing. That would be their way of cleansing that planet. I thought that was interesting.
You get to a planet where people are just like, get the fuck off.
Stop it.
Yeah. But to me, I don't think there was enough of that, because then you were doing this cool world building in that movie, and then you might have liked it, but I don't think it would have worked because it's too disjointed. But halfway through Prometheus, it turned into a horror movie, and I'm like, I either make it a whole horror movie, or make this a world building on Alien.
It should have been an action movie, and the reason it doesn't work as a horror movie is because you already know what to fully expect from that universe. That's why the Alien to Aliens is such a good jump, because Aliens
turned into an action movie.
Okay, that's terrifying. But then in Aliens, you're like, fuck that terrifying thing. We're gonna fuck it in the ass with fire and guns.
I completely agree with you.
You know what I mean?
And that's the thing is and because you've used up all the ammunition of the scares in the first one.
And I think even that movie kind of gets it, because even Prometheus gets it, because
you can only
they go for the gross out factor with her trying to take the fucking thing out of her stomach herself.
They did the same things that all the aliens made. You got the facehugger scene where they inject something in somebody.
You got the dumb person who's like, "What?"
You got the chest burster scene. And then you got the xenomorph coming out of the. It's all the same, I'd rather that movie had just focused. Prometheus would have been leaps and light years better if it had just focused on the builders and what they were doing, and just not even try to make it a scary movie. Just let me watch about why they're doing this and why they hate us, and hopefully they get those answers, in the sequel, because that's where it's supposed to go, is the builders' home, and why are they doing all this, and what's up with the xenomorphs? Did they create the xenomorphs, or the xenomorphs their own animal and they just took them and harvested them and now using them as their warfare? All these cool things, that I want to know. But, we all know that Michael Fassbender is in it. The main chick from the first one was, for the longest time, rumored not to be in it. Has been revealed that she is in it. But that doesn't mean she's the lead anymore. Who knows?
That one English lady.
I don't know if she's English. I think she's Swedish or something.
Oh.
Numi Rapace or something.
The chick from Prometheus?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. She's some weird European.
Yeah.
Some kind of European.
She played the original girl with the dragon tattoo.
I don't care about that either. Just kidding.
But anyways, so I'm really hoping that Prometheus 2 kind of just answers all the cool, mystery questions about the world, and then we just go into an Aliens sequel with Neil Blomkamp and some crazy.
I want to see the fucking
rail guns and
whoever's in charge of making Resident Evil movies needs to make an alien action movie. Because he's just punching aliens in the face.
One of the worst.
I'm sorry, dude. I cannot wait to see the final
chapter. I'll watch it. The only reason
I'm gonna say this.
The only reason why those movies work, is because he's got something over Mila Jovovich, and that's because that's his wife. So every time, that's why he knew he could always get his lead, because that director is the husband of Mila Jovovich. He's a terrible director.
I think that was an awesome trailer for a bad movie.
What, the
I'm gonna
last
see that
Resident
movie.
Evil that we saw?
I love when she looks like Bruce Willis and she's like, "Welcome home." That's the best line I've ever seen.
I don't know. I mean, at least the one thing they do have over the Resident Evil games is at least they're telling a coherent story. It's like one continuous story that makes sense somewhat.
Yeah, see, I appreciate that.
Like,
and they are infusing elements from the game. Like,
I do wish
pretty well.
I do wish that they followed the games. Not, you don't have to follow the actual narrative, but just the continuation of the progression of the T. How many? There's 2 different viruses or 3 now.
Well, no, there's like, because it started off with
T-virus,
and then in like 5 it's the Ouroboros virus or something like that, and then
all I know is that there's more than 2 now.
yeah, there's different.
So, but all I'm just saying is I wish that they would have followed the progression of what Umbrella was doing in the games, because it got really zany in the movies. I mean, it all made sense, but I was like, oh,
I don't know, man. I stopped watching after the third one, I
think I half-ass watched the first one.
The 4th one is actually really good. I like that one.
Is this the 5th one?
There's a lot.
There's the 6th one.
Okay, it's got to be the 5th or 6th.
All right, so we got Resident Evil Annihilation.
Is that the second one?
Is that the second one?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure.
There's got to be a resurrection.
I know there's an extinction.
Yeah, there's resurrection. There's
Hey,
extinction.
Well, we got it. It's called IMDb.
No. 3. Okay.
There's retribution.
No, it's like Resident Evil, Annihilation, Extinction, Retribution.
Yeah.
Afterlife.
See, you would think that one's the.
I think there was. But then I feel like I
there's
remember.
one. There's a 3D one. I feel like
it
that's
was
like
just called Resident Evil 6. I think this is the 7th.
Okay, here we go.
Oh shit.
So, Resident Evil Apocalypse.
That's what it's called. Not Annihilation.
Resident Evil Afterlife.
Oh shit.
Resident Evil Retribution. That's the one I like, and then now it's the last one.
Oh,
Is
this is
there no
only the
extinction
5th
one?
Yeah.
Really?
No extinction. It's Apocalypse. That's the same thing.
No, I feel like there's an extinction one. Anyways, the best part of the middle ones is Mike Epps.
My favorite one is the one where they end up in the White House at the very end with Wesker being the president.
Wesker.
Hmm.
I think honestly though, even though
and he
is the best portrayed
in that
video game to a movie character I have ever seen in my life. I don't know who that guy is.
Isn't it Gabriel Mock?
But he's fucking nailing that shit.
I could have sworn it was
like him.
Gabriel Mock that played him.
Like they look like they took the game character and just like put him in.
Well, it's pretty fucking
downloaded
easy.
him in some weird like.
All you
weird
get is a muscular.
machine.
You get a muscular blonde dude. Slick it back with gel to
but
make
he
it
just
crispy.
looks just like him. It's creepy. It's really creepy.
All right,
bone structure
I'm
and all.
calling it. It's Gabriel Mock, but I'm not sure. Let's find out.
So I guess this is a good time to transition into what usually is
Sean Roberts.
the film discussion from our movie book club, but apparently you guys fucked.
No, we're
Did
still
nothing.
discussing. I watched half of the movie, and I have a reason for not watching the other half. I didn't want to.
That's boo on you, sir.
It's not
boo
that
on
great.
you. It's a great movie.
Fine, but
And this
it's too much
was-
staring.
This was the good and the bad and the ugly.
Yeah, I
This
watched
is
the
your
good,
movie.
bad, and the ugly halfway through. It's just too much of like little, like it was like a lot of nothing for like a little tiny reward, and it was like, it was like really hard to get back into once I stopped watching it. Also, it's like an American movie.
It's an American production, but it's all shot in
With-
Italy.
Damn it!
With
I hate
more
the
ADR.
I hate it so much. I hate the. Oh god, do I fucking hate it!
It's
It's like watching a kung fu action film and it doesn't make sense.
That's why it's called the Spaghetti Western, because it was shot in Italy.
Oh, terrible.
yeah,
It's just bad.
awful.
Which is funny because.
But it's like
It's
even
the same
fucking
type of. It's
Clint
the same
Eastwood
Well,
is
that's
like,
what I'm trying to say. It's the same type of thing when you see a Jackie Chan movie that was obviously shot in China, and the ADR is still it's Jackie Chan's voice, but it's still poorly done.
Yeah.
Same thing with Clint Eastwood.
Yeah, it's like why not just fucking make him talk there and then.
So,
it was really.
but
hard to
anyways,
watch. You didn't watch.
I was
Power
supposed to
Rangers.
watch Power Rangers. It's not because I didn't want to watch Power Rangers, because I've just been really busy. That's all. Hey, dude, when directing, boredom and writing scripts for the next shot and getting things ready, I'll watch the Power Rangers because you know what? I am somewhat of a fan of the Power Rangers. I never.
It's a good movie. I'm not. I think Power Rangers, a Turbo movie.
Turbo.
Is
It's not
better.
Turbo. It's not Power Rangers Turbo.
is better than the 1995 Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie. I really do think because
sure
like they just went they relied too much on technology for the 95.
They just used the TV crew.
And in this one, it was like the same guys who made the TV show made this feature film, and it works. It's just it's a better.
I trust you on that. I
like,
just need to find time.
The Zord fight is like straight up Godzilla, classic Godzilla. It feels just like it.
So basically, how we'll work that if the person's not here, like in the case of Brennan, or someone didn't get to it in the case of you, we're gonna be all having accounts now on this website called Letterboxd. It's a movie website that you can just log films you've seen. You can review them. You can make watch lists of things you gotta see.
I've already watched. Like my thing would be massive.
I know mine is too. I'm still going through because I've had it for a couple of years, but now I'm like fleshing it out and actually rating every one of the movies. It's taken a while. Like
I'm sure.
Like I've only gotten back to like 2009.
How about this? Because I am leaving for Phoenix this Friday. I will watch it back home in Arizona.
Nice. It's the best place to watch it.
Why don't you just bring your laptop on the plane and watch it there?
I was gonna say also. Even though it's a turbo cast,
they got plugs on the plane.
I know.
It's great.
Kimberly and Jason are in the movie.
Wait, both of the originals? Mm-hmm. Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah, dude, it's a great story.
He hasn't aged well, has he?
Jason?
Yeah.
Yeah, he has.
He still looks the same?
Same, dude. He works out every day. You can follow him on Instagram. Dude, they all look the same. Dude,
Amy Jo Johnson's aged.
Stephen Cardenas Jr. and Daniel Yash? Or
the Blue Ranger, right?
No, the Green Ranger from Turbo. And,
I was
the
like,
Black
talking
Ranger
about the Ranger
from Mighty Morphin, Adam. They still, like, do martial arts together, like, every day, yeah. It's funny. I follow them on Instagram. Go Power Rangers, but
But yes, I will. I think we should come back to that. Like, this will be my movie still the next time we do it because I do want to watch Power Rangers, a Turbo movie.
So I guess that means we're just gonna pick one for each other this time around.
Okay.
But first off, I actually watched my assignment, which was basketball.
Oh, you watched it?
From Brennan.
Great movie. The beginning of that movie is hilarious. They're at the party, and they go upstairs into their mom's house.
The beginning of the movie, I hated every minute up until they actually started playing the game. Like, any scene of them just playing the actual game that they created was enjoyable. Any scene in between those scenes were...
Let's just say that was still when the South Park guys were finding themselves. Like, they were really relying on their crude South Park humor to make that movie work.
Yeah.
Oh, God, one of Brittany's mom's pubes. Oh, another one.
You know what I'm saying? It looked like they were like, okay, well, let's use these 3 episodes worth of jokes from our upcoming South Park movies and just put it in this movie. Because that's what it felt like. It just didn't feel like a well put together movie. I mean, I remember that movie when I watched it. I could care less about it. I was a South Park fan, but I didn't. Basketball, I had no desire. And I still have no desire to watch that movie. Yeah. So, sorry for you, man. You lucked out on that one.
That's alright. I got through it. I watched some other ones instead.
I don't know, man. You guys are wrong. It's not that bad. It's just stupid.
So, then, you guys pick movies?
Yeah, I already have one for you. I've had it locked in for a couple weeks now. I'm going to have you watch the great sci-fi Sam Rockwell movie, Moon.
Moon.
Yeah. And I would say don't look up anything about it. Just watch it because there's a twist.
That's the first movie of the director of Warcraft. And he's also the son of David Bowie.
Okay, for you.
For me.
Think of a movie.
Alright. While you're thinking, I will rattle off some of the other movies that I've recently watched. I watched Get Hard finally.
Yeah,
wasn't that good, right?
Yeah.
The only good part of that movie was Kevin Hart, which made me watch Central Intelligence, which that was better than Get Hard.
Because Rock is awesome in that.
Like the interaction between those two guys were great.
Rock is awesome.
I don't know a movie. Can't think of any movies.
Movie?
Did you? I'll pick one. How about that?
That's fine. Yeah.
All right.
Did you already watch The Witch?
I have not watched The Witch yet.
You're watching The Witch.
All right, I'm watching The Witch. Cool.
You can get that at any Redbox. What was I going to say?
Oh no, he's losing it. He's losing it.
It's been a long day.
Dead air.
It's been. it's been a hard writing day. I can tell you that. Anyways, I don't know. I lost my train of thought. I know we were talking and saying The Rock is a badass because he is a badass.
Rock's pretty great. Yeah. That one was okay.
He's the highest paid actor now, isn't he?
He is the highest.
That's more just because of the amount of movies he's made. It's more.
Did you guys ever see Hercules?
Yeah, I actually don't mind that movie.
I did.
You didn't mind
I have big problems with that movie. I minded it a lot.
I'm not a fan of the director because that director, I hate him.
I had the same problem with Hercules that I had with the Mandarin on fucking Iron Man 3. It's like, he's not Hercules at the beginning of the movie, and then somehow at the end of the movie, he is Hercules, and you're like...
What do you mean? He's always been Hercules.
But, like, in the beginning, he's not. No, they're like, no, he's not Hercules. Me and this band of brothers I have falsely do all these things to trick people to make them think I'm Hercules.
Well, no,
That's what the whole movie's about.
No. In the movie, he is Hercules, but the whole, like... The mythology.
That's what I'm saying, though. Is that they set up it's a false mythology. It's a false, like he's a myth and everything, but really it's these guys. And then at the end of the movie, no, he actually is super strong and actually is Hercules. It's like, well, what the fuck? What? He's not apparently, but he is. Like, you can't just pull that around because you need a hero.
I would have preferred because there was two Hercules movies. There was the Rock one and then the lesser known one, played by like a B-list actor. And I call him B-list just because he was a hot thing because he is one of the actors in Twilight, but he never really amounted to anything.
Who was it?
I don't know. The big dude in the Twilight movies. The big muscle vampire kind of the group.
You mean True Blood?
No, Twilight.
Oh.
The movies.
Edward?
No, neither of those.
Oh my god.
Taylor Lautner?
I never saw any of the movies.
Well, in the Twilight movies, in the group of vampires, with Edward, there's a big muscle one. There's always a big grunt in every group of heroes, and he played the big hulking vampire. They casted him as Hercules in the other Hercules movie. It didn't amount to anything.
You know why?
The
Rock's Hercules movie had a dope ass title.
Hercules.
And but like the way it was spelled was cool.
And
like
the
they had
thing
like
is,
the cool
like,
font.
The one thing that Hercules had was that they embraced the mythology. Like, he was Hercules. He was the son of Zeus. He was strong. But it was just, like, poorly done.
Because
if they would have just done that with the fucking Rock...
I would have loved the Hercules movie that I want to see. I want to see, like, the God of War tale of Hercules where, like, he's son of Zeus and Mira's like, fuck you. You're a piece of shit, not son of Zeus.
Yeah.
And he's like, yes, I am. She's like, then prove it. And he's like, fuck, I will prove it. And he goes to the earth and goes, fuck you, lion, fuck you, pig, and fuck you, Hydra.
And the thing is you had the perfect Hercules, because that fucking Rock would have made...
Yeah, dude, it would have been awesome to actually see him. I don't know. But, you know, that was my only problem. The rest of the movie I thought was fine. It was just, like, why is he not? And then he is.
All right. Let's wrap it up, guys.
Where are we at?
1 hour and 7 minutes.
That's pretty good.
It's still a little over, but oh well.
Yeah.
We're getting better. At Dear Mr. Blackwell.
Jesus.
I got it down now.
Again.
Never gonna forget it again.
At Pigmiz20.
At K_KWAN.
Yeah, come on.
Come at us.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, subscribe.
Please subscribe. Please share us. Again, please catch up on Boredom.
We got episode 2 out now.
Episode 2 is out. Please share
Plenty of
that.
I got positive
talk about
feedback
it.
on that.
Yeah.
And then also, you know, we are in the middle of episode 3. You know, we're about 3 scenes or shots away from wrapping up production on it, and that one should be coming out in September.
Yeah, September. End of September.
So please, and then again, feedback. Please talk to us.
And we got some other kind of stuff coming up. Like this is Wednesday when this comes out. Tomorrow, I'm gonna be posting up the game we're gonna be playing right after this, which is just the movie game we played on the first episode post credits. It's just gonna be the biggest piece.
Okay.
Just a little fun little thing to throw up. Other than that, just kind of watch out. We got plenty of behind the scenes stuff on Behind the 1747 on Instagram, and that should wrap it up for us on
we'll
this
talk to you later,
episode
Watch movies
of the Post Credits Podcast.
Dun dun dun.
I just want more Power Rangers.